Hey guys, thanks for tuning into my HD channel. In the next couple of episodes, my road glide's going to be getting a little bit of love with an air intake and some different header pipes from S&S. Both are 50 state legal California compliant units. Since I do my tuning with the DynoJet PowerVision Black, it would normally facilitate tuning through widebands through the bike. However, this bike, it doesn't have O2 sensors at all, so I can't use the wideband O2 kit that I have for my DynoJet. What I have to use is this gauge from Innovate Motorsports that will display two separate cylinder banks. It's actually for a car, but I'm going to use it for my V-twin. That way I know what the air-fuel ratio is doing while I'm doing my tuning. You end up picking up most of your power and timing anyways, but I like to just make sure that I actually know what changes I'm making and what's actually affected. To actually mount this gauge to my bike, I'm going to be using this gauge pod from Glow Shift. It's an inexpensive unit off of Amazon made out of metal. The gauge pod fits the gauge pretty well. I did have to put a little kink in the wires before I actually put the retaining bracket on the gauge itself. And then I am using these 1-inch ball ram mounts to actually mount the setup with my PowerVision onto my bike's handlebars. I don't really intend this to be a permanent setup, so I'm just kind of making it modular. I'll still use that ram mount for things like my cell phone, and I kind of want to get a cup holder for my bike because sometimes I get a little thirsty on those long rides. But you know, yeah, this isn't going to be a permanent setup by any means or stretch of the imagination. The attachment that I actually bolted right to that gauge pod is actually designed to be attached to underneath the mirror on a bike to give you a ball mount on your bike, and I just use it to hold the gauge pod on there. I mean, I guess I'm ghetto like that. Since I use my PowerVision on both bikes, and it makes me not mind the bulky nature of this assembly. Using the RAM style mounting hardware gives you basically unlimited options of where you can put this stuff and the configurations that you have all of your displays and or accessories in. So it's actually kind of cool, but it does turn into kind of bulky ugliness if you get too many things going on at once. So I don't really recommend these for permanent additions. But, I mean, I do have my cell phone on my bike every day, and it's not the prettiest thing, but it has been so useful that I do not mind the bulky nature of these assemblies like this. Alright guys, thanks for tuning into my channel. Hit that subscribe and bell so that you get notified when my next videos come out, where I'll highlight actually tuning the bike with this equipment. Hopefully we'll find a local shop where I can get some dyno pulls done, so I can get a baseline and then a before and after. And it'll be after I get these pipes in. Got this big old box here. And my S&S air cleaner. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in.